everyone. Welcome to Chalchitra Talks. I'm Vaani, and this is my first video for the year 2021. And therefore, I thought I could share my reading plans with all of you, and along with it, I could also answer those of you who regularly ask me how to read more. 2020 was a year of great learning for me. I finished 43 books, which I know is not a lot, but I really want to cherish this moment. It wasn't until last week that I actually found solace, because I was looking around at people who have finished reading 157 books, 282 books, and I was disappointed in myself because I really wanted to touch at least 80 books. But this also forced me to finish a few books way before than I should have, and I could not enjoy the process of reading. And therefore, my goal for the year 2021 is to explore new things constantly in terms of literature, and to also enjoy the process of reading, and to not look at what everyone else is reading or how many books they've read. And this is something that I would recommend to all of you as well, because I don't know if it happens to you, it happens to me a lot. I look at people around me and I am forced into hiding because I really want to read more. And I think that peer pressure of reading perfect literature is something that I really want to move on from. If I want to pick up something that everyone frowns upon, I really want to do that. And I want to do that without fearing any judgment, and I hope you do that as well. Do not let anyone tell you what to read unless you want to. If you enjoy reading an author that's frowned upon by everyone else, please do so. Nobody has the right to judge you. And if there is someone who you think is reading something that you don't like or you are not a fan of, please don't judge them. The entire process should be about enjoying this journey of reading. And this is something that I wish for all of you in 2021 as well. And now coming to how to read more in 2021. I don't think I'm the perfect person for this, but this is what I do. I have an app called Forest, and you can basically plant trees every time you want to focus on something. And this is what I do. I regularly set timers for 30-35 minutes throughout the day for reading. And that's it. I just sit down and read. But I also understand that a lot of you might be new readers, and it is difficult to give time throughout the day to reading. And therefore, what you can do is sit down and dedicate at least 30 minutes every day to reading. It can be in the morning, it can be before you go to sleep. I particularly love to read before I go to bed. And so you can set a timer of 30 minutes and read something every day before you go to bed. This brings me to an initiative that I want to share with all of you. It's called A Book a Month with Vaani. And I had posted about it on my Instagram as well, and a lot of you responded, and the response and all was so wholesome. So much so that I'm speaking about it here. The idea is very simple. We pick up a book at the beginning of each month, and we spend the entire month finishing that book. And at the end of the month, we will sit down and I'll do a live stream and we'll discuss this book that we've read over the month. Perhaps in the live stream, I can have some 3 of you as well, and we can discuss our thoughts about the book. Over the course of these 12 months in 2021, I really want to dive into non-fiction, autobiography, biography, some great self-help, philosophy, young adult, fantasy, historical fiction, and so on. And at the end of this year, we would have completed 12 different books. And if this interests you, there is a form in the description box, and you can sign up for A Book a Month there. And we'll have your email IDs post that, and we'll be sharing the book for the month with you every month. For this month, I wanted to pick up something that is easier to read, but is also very interesting. So I settled upon Submarine, which I've been told is a cult film as well. For those of you who've seen this, I would really like to know your thoughts on the book. And for those of you who haven't seen the film, I think there's one thing you can look forward to after you're done reading the book. The back cover of the book says, "Meet Oliver Tate, the protagonist of our story. He's 15 years old, and he's convinced that his father is depressed." This is what he writes about his father. "Depression comes in bouts, like boxing. Dad is in the blue corner. And his mother, he believes, is having an affair with his teacher. And he calls that teacher a hippie looking twonk. And he embarks on a hilariously misguided campaign to bring the family back together. Um, so, this is the book for the month, and hopefully, at the end of this month, the last Thursday, we will be discussing and sharing our thoughts on the book. So, at the end of the year, we'll have 12 books that we would have read together. Now, before I leave, I also want to remind you that you can contribute to us on Patreon and on YouTube community. This would mean the world to us at Chalchitra Talks. We have carefully divided our patrons into three different categories: Goodfellas, Gladiators, and Godfathers. Godfathers being at the top, and each category comes with its own perk. You can join our exclusive WhatsApp groups dedicated to books, music, and films. You also get to join our book quizzes and movie quizzes if you are a Godfather. There's another perk that we added to the Godfather category, where Bev and I have started writing personalized letters to all of them with personalized recommendations. For example, there's this one that I wrote to Madhav, and he wanted to explore more essays, etc. So I recommended A Short History of Decay to him, and I really hope he's enjoying it. If you really like our work, please support us on Patreon and on YouTube community. And I will be back again with another recommendation for all of you next week.